Our topic today is effective interest method. So, we just by starting, we just read first the objective. First, we should understand the effective interest method of amortizing premium and discount on bonds payable. Second, distinguish effective rate and nominal rate of interest. Then third, know the computation of the market price or issue price of bonds payable. The effective interest method distinguishes two kinds of interest rates. First, the nominal rate, also known as coupon rate, and the second one is the effective rate, also called as yield rate. Effective rate is that rate that exactly discounts estimated cash future payments through the expected life of the bonds payable to the net carrying amount of the bonds payable. When the bonds are sold at a premium, the effective rate is lower than the nominal rate. While the bonds are sold at a discount, the effective rate is higher than the nominal rate. So this is the formula of premium amortization and discount. Premium amortization is nominal interest less effective interest, which is nominal interest is nominal rate times face amount, while effective interest is effective rate times carrying amount. So by deducting of these two is a result of premium amortization. And then the second one is discount amortization, which is effective interest less nominal interest, which is the discount amortization. Then, next is we proceed to the market price or issue price of bonds payable. It is equal to the present value of the principal bond liability plus the present value of future interest payments using the effective or market rate of interest. So it has a two. First, the present value of bonds payable, and then the second one is the present value of the total interest payments. So the present value of bonds payable is which is the present value of the principal bond liability is equal to the face amount of the bonds payable multiplied by the present value of one factor at the effective rate for a number of interest periods. The second one is the present value of the total interest payments, which is the present value of the future interest payments is equal to the periodic nominal interest multiplied by the present value of an ordinary annuity of one factor at the effective rate for a number of interest periods. So this is the example. It have a face amount of bonds payable, which is 4 million, the nominal rate, which is 6%, the effective rate, which is 8%. The bonds are issued on January 1, 2022 and mature in 4 years on January 1, 2026. The interest is payable annually every December 31. Since the interest is payable annually, there are 4 interest periods. The relevant present value factors are PV of 1 at 8% for 4 periods is 0.7350. And then as PV of OA of 1 at 8% for 4 periods is 3.3121. So this is the solution of how getting the PV and the next is the table amortization. So first is the present value of the bonds payable, which is the PV of principal add of the PV of annual interest payments. PV of principal is multiplied by the face amount 4 million by the PV of 1, which is the 2,940,000. And the PV of annual interest payments is the multiplied by the face amount 4 million by the nominal rate of 6%, which is a 240,000 by PV of OA, which is the 3.3121. Result of that 794,904. And then the addition of that is 3,734,904, which is the total present value of bonds payable or the market price. And then getting for the discount on bonds payable, we just deduct the face amount on bonds payable 4 million and then the market price, which is the 3,734,904. Result of that 265,096. And then this is the table of amortization. So this is the interest paid, the 40,000. which paid annually, and the carrying amount, which is the 3,734,004, which is the market price. And by getting the interest expense, we just multiplied by the carrying amount by the effective rate, which is the 8%. So it is result of 298,792. And then by getting the discount amortization, which is we just deducting the interest expense by the interest paid. So the result of that is 58,792. And then by the getting the second carrying amount of December 31, 2022 is by we just adding the first carrying amount by the discount amortization. So the result of that's 3,793,696 and so on. And then lastly, I'll show you how to solve the PV factor using the ordinary calculator. So this is the example, the PV of 1 at 5% for 6 periods and the PV of OA of 1 at 5% for 6 periods. So this is the following steps of getting the PV factor. First, we just enter the 1.05 or 1% plus 5. No, rather 1 plus 5%. So it's a result of 1.05. And then the second one is press the division sign twice. Third, press the equal sign for the number of interest periods required. And then this example is have a 6 periods, so we just press the equal sign at 6 times. So the result of that is the PV of 1 at 5% for 6 periods. And then by getting the PV of OA is we just deduct it by 1.00 from the result in number 4, and then to remove the negative sign, we just pressed the minus or plus sign, and then divide it by the result and by number 6 by 5% or 0.05. So the result of that is the PV of OA of 1 at 5% for 6 periods. So that's it, and thank you.